Some of you have probably already noticed that there is a new tab in the inspector column. In fact, the inspector itself is one tab and the visibility is another tab. So when you click on the visibility tab, what it does is show you all of the tracks that are currently visible. Now let me give you an idea of why you might want to hide an individual track or a few tracks. Let's say these guitar tracks are something we might use and something we might not use. So instead of having to mute them, let's disable them. So I'm going to right or control click on that first track and choose disable track. And since I have them both selected, they will both be disabled, but they're not actually removed from the project. They're just dimmed out and we won't be able to hear them. But why should they be here occupying space when they're not actually doing anything right now? So what I could do is come to the visibility tab and just disable both of those guitar tracks. They're now not visible in the project window. But one thing to keep in mind is if I had them enabled and I used the visibility tab to remove them visually from the project, they'll still play. So it's a good idea to come over to the visibility window and see if you have any hidden tracks if you are hearing a track that isn't currently visible inside of your project. So I'm going to come back and turn both of those tracks back on, and then I'm going to right or control click and enable both of those tracks so that they are still being heard in this particular project. Now you'll notice that some track types have multiple tracks inside of them, things like folders and groups. So for example, if I were to scroll down here with my mouse wheel, the group tracks folder has 4 different group tracks inside of it. Now I could come to the visibility tab and choose any single group to hide, or I can hide all of those groups just by choosing the group tracks folder itself. They're still part of the project, but if you're not doing any group editing inside of the project window, then you don't necessarily need to be viewing the group tracks at all times, leaving you more room inside of your project window to edit the actual musical information contained on the MIDI audio and instrument tracks. Now there's a lot more to track visibility, and I'm going to show you how to use the filter track types next.